Okay, so we are here for Star Wars. It is session number 118, or season 7, episode 27. They are up to day 114, or month 5, day 2. At the table today, we have Kesley.
Hello, I am playing Kayana Cape Weir, wrangler of cats, previously, before game, and current team lead / only mostly worrying about this current mission that we're on because of how scary things sound. And yeah, no, should be interesting how things work out. One light side, yay.
Okay, also at the table we have Mike.
Hello, I am playing a Gungan named Brum Brum Crash from the Panorama Mountain Raceways of Naboo. I'm 2.2 meters tall with a pink and purple mohawk, pilot, racer, computer tech, and mechanic. And yeah, that's me.
Would someone like to do Ariadne's introduction?
We have Thea, our clan Talon spiritual leader. Hopefully not going to the dark side, but alas, fate has chosen that. Person who is the one that is kind of keeping track of a lot of the overarching themes and reporting back to our clan, and is helping us with the spiritual side of everything as she's exploring herself. Also currently the master to Kayana, who is our clan's version of a Padawan clan Talon as well. So exciting.
Online today we have Peter.
Yay! Greetings. I am Peter, and I'm playing not Fleur, the newest member of the group, a young, hopefully useful member of the team that isn't currently apprenticed to anybody in particular, but I'm sure that will change at some point.
And I'm sure you'd appreciate that it rolled up to dark points for you.
Yeah.
Up next is Ross.
Yes. Let's see. Yes, I'm playing Colored. The white.
Apparently.
Yes, I am the enforcer, cyberneticist, droid specialist, and part-time assassin of the party. Currently looking that I'm actually feeling good at the moment because I got rolled too white. Good. Currently being the waiter of the huts that decided to crash. Now I've forgotten the name of the city we're on. Was it Cloud City?
Yeah.
Cloud City is correct.
Yeah. For some strange reason, I'm thinking of Sky City. I'm going, no, that's not right.
Could be worse. It could be Sky High.
I love that movie.
Okay. That means that I'm was it? Brum is sidekick.
Well, as big race driver, that would probably put not Fleur as sidekick.
Yeah, probably.
True.
And who would like to do the discussion about what happened last session. Overview. That's the
can.
word I was looking for.
Yep. So we are still a bit out from where the big hut gathering is supposed to happen, and Khalid has now gotten another task. New errand is the way that it was put from the huts, which, you know, a little bit funny that we calling this an errand, but you know what? It's scale. Who knows scale when it's dealing with the huts? So we get into we have an urgent call, say get here now, and we very quickly, thanks to a little dude that I just put little dude in my notes, who drives like the great arcade game Crazy Taxi, to get us to where we need to be very, very quickly. We are met by a hut guard. They check our ID, they hand Carly an antique disc, and we get into an elevator, and not any other information. It's great time. There's no buttons for us to press as everything kind of goes up for us. Buttons on the outside, not the inside. Very, very secure area in a very rich part of Cloud City. So as we get to the top, it's a large dome. There's a lot of old machinery where we're like, "Ooh, we have no clue about this. It looks old as hell." So it looks like the computer hasn't been on in at least 1,000 years, but it's only been on this roof for about 150 years, which what we know about huts makes sense. They have a lot of old established stuff. So as we put in the disc, it is basically kind of connecting back to the stuff that the party got from the gem about like a conjunction or an opening or something that is meant to occur a few days prior to the race.
Thank you.
It talks about a very large threat that this gateway, wormhole, whatever, opens up to. Looks like this was potentially where the original hut homeworld may have came from. And that there's a lot of exceedingly rare materials, sources, and tech that come out of this. But it's also a very highly advanced threat because last time it lost half of the fleet to allies and huts throughout all of this. So it's basically, we're given all this information with the intention like, hey, this whole threat, pocket dimension, whatever, there's this thing that's gonna happen, and you need these places in order to figure out how to get there to jump into it. You can only jump out of it at a certain time, and that, you know, you gotta prepare because there is something on the other side that intends to harm you. So that was a fairly poor description of what the full details are, but I feel like I got the gist of it. The last basic notes I have is that the computer talks about the original, the HoloNet, and talks how crystals were originally used to navigate.
There is a write-up on there.
Yes, so there's a beautiful, very nicely done write-up that talks about all of the where we're at, what's going on. I like calling Carly Car. That's fun. And so, yeah, more details available there.
Well, currently that one hasn't been cleaned up, but session 1 has been cleaned up.
Very nice. So, yeah, so basically our plan is to fly to the deep space array that has been indicated through the directions that we got. Yeah, that's where I am at. So, how do we? So
Might
what?
get you to check to make sure that is coffee or hot chocolate.
We'll see. Fingers crossed. Hot chocolate.
So I wanted to make sure I didn't
Yeah.
accidentally give you the coffee.
Yeah, all good. Yep. So that's where we're at. I believe so. Like, based on my notes, the next step is to fly to where this deep space array is in order to get more information. I'll double check the write up. How do you navigate to get to that write up?
Go
Okay.
to Star
We had-
Wars campaigns, season 7, and then just scroll down.
Scroll down to the
and
last one.
click on that one.
Perfect.
Now, to make things easier, you can just click on the top section and put it into the tabs
Oh, cool.
while you're on it, and that way you can click on it without it disappearing.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so you had requested seismic charges.
Yes.
You managed to get 2.
2? We need like 700. That's good. That's fine.
Okay, so does our ship actually have launches for the seismic charges?
Yes, it's called an airlock. I'm sure you can hold and throw with the whole launch thing.
Maybe a certain Gungan can
No. No,
look over it.
I'm busy piloting.
Yes, I'm sure he would love to tinker with a explosive. As he says, I'm busy over here.
Mm.
Well, me said busy, back later.
Are we talking about me? Because I've got a cat meowing in my ear in the microwave.
No, we were talking about that Broom Broom Crash won't tinker with a seismic charge just so you can have a different way of launching it.
We don't need to tinker the seismic charge. We just need to have something that can just jettison it instead of throwing it out the airlock.
Is it Khaled asking Brum Brum to do the tinkering?
It's more the, I don't believe Broom Broom wishes to work on explosives.
Okay, alright. Sorry, I missed how I got introduced. Apologies.
So you have 2 seismic charges available to you.
Yep.
The charges are the size of, I'd probably say a coffin each.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to listen.
They're not small things, and they're
No.
not cheap.
No.
I thought they were about the size of an astromech droid.
Depends on who you get it from. Considering astromechs range in size from. a
So
tiny
currently
little
we've
ball all
got the
way-
R1 equivalent.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Basil? No, out. What? I'm trying to finish.
And as you don't have a launcher for it, it is something you can sort of safely store on your ship.
Sort of. Okay.
You don't
What-
quite want it to start bouncing around on its own.
No. So we definitely want space bubble wrap as much as possible. Storing it nice and organized in a way that it's not going to get jostled around, ideally.
So cool. Do we have it like a cargo ramp, like in the like on the YT 1300?
Yes, you do.
Or, okay, so that's how we would have to jettison it.
Yep.
Well, getting shot at.
Yeah.
Well, what more could you want? Adventure, see the world. Lots of stories you can tell afterwards of your daring and survival.
So it's basically either being myself or Kesley.
Yeah.
As we're the only ones who have survived being shot at by ship-mounted weapons.
Yes, but you've got less to lose than everyone else.
I was gonna say, other people can sacrifice a limb or two around here. I'm just kidding. Please don't lose your limbs. Okay, so we got 2 out of the unknown amount of asteroid decoy ships that we don't know how many we're facing. We don't know how intense they are, so we would have to be very strategic with the 2 that we have. I see in the notes our major thing that we wanted to do is we did get navigation to fly to the that's the thing that I can't necessarily tell. I know last game our plan was fly to the deep space array to do kind of like recon before this opening happens, before the race and auction and all that happens. Because we do suspect that the Jewel of Yavin is connected and all that stuff. We knew that it was close by, but now here's the question. I can't remember if that was just us thinking in the moment or if that is an actual good plan.
It's okay.
Yeah. Because the opening that this threat comes through only happens once every 1,000 years.
Just to make things easier.
Oh, that's where they're all coming from. Got it. We got 3 different things.
Well, I'm just not showing you the pictures.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair because.
So, that's you investigating.
Yeah, and then
that's
the other.
you waiting.
Got it. So there's both of them. Okay, gotcha. There's a lot there. That's kind of cool though.
Hey, West End Games did come up with a lot of funky Star Wars things. And technically, a lot of those were considered canon.
Oh, okay. So, okay, this was... Yeah, okay, so, yep, we're performing reconnaissance before the upcoming ration auction. We have to travel to the hidden deep space array located near the Besson system. This array is not on any standard star charts, but is part of the ancient holonet. That's what this whole thing has stuff. The mission must be completed within the 4-day window before the next scheduled meeting with the Hutts. The team aims to secure seismic charges, which we only got 2.
Well, you did secure some.
Yeah, at least we got something. So, yeah, that's what we got. I like that the AI made the driver from the Zubir that took us here. They kept his name, Norman Dallas. I just called him a little dude.
Well, it's surprising what he pulls out of the sessions.
It's actually really good. Like, as I'm going through this, I'm like, oh yeah. And, like, yeah, some of the spelling for names and stuff is off, but, like, it was pretty good. So.
Well, if you compare it to session 1 from season 1, that's one I cleaned up
Yeah.
from what I did.
Yeah.
And it will be a lot easier to read and all the linking of objects.
Yeah, no, I like it.
It's just a slow process to do all that.
Yeah.
Are we?
We are...
Live.
We're alive, yes.
So you have delivered to your ship 2 seismic charges with a warning, don't stay close by.
Do we have any context about how we're expected to use them?
You requested some, they provided some.
Okay, alright.
Ability to use is completely up to you.
I have a feeling we covered this in the last session as part of our plan to extract data or make use of this portal.
Yeah. This is where we were saying, like, this would be good to use against the threat of some kind, and now we're doing reconnaissance, so this could be something where if we are setting up these charges strategically, wherever we think
That's right, yeah.
the opening to this thing comes through.
We've got about 3 days before the convergence, and we've got just enough time to go and do some reconnaissance before
Yeah.
we face a really big threat.
Yeah.
The only thing I got out of rewatching session 57 this afternoon
Yep.
was mostly that outside of MT70 being reminded that he's 3,000 years old,
Oh, yeah.
and the robotic unicorn got scavenged to make the cyborg Pegasus,
Mm-hmm.
was that the data array that we came across was Republic slash was it New Republic?
Over an
Old Republic. So over 1,000 years old, and that it too, like the data array that we've got, was just a really old way of navigating and astrogating through the stars, through the different galaxies and things like that. It is about exactly as vague as our...
Yeah, like, I know all the information we have is actually fairly vague for the most part.
I was hoping for a little bit more clarity. I haven't managed to read through session 57.
I was gonna say, like, you had my notebook, right?
Your notebook is less informative than my notebook.
I guarantee that, yes.
It is somewhere in here. I did not get to finish
That's
doing
okay.
the filing.
Don't worry about that.
Weekend.
Yeah. Because I have this weird thing that if I can read my writing, sometimes I can remember what was going on.
Remember things. I have a feeling that searching it all up is not going to give us
I don't.
much more information.
I think that's probably the most information we're probably going to get out of
Broke my memory quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm sure you know what's going on.
Okay, so...
but that makes... That begs the question, like, we still have MT70, don't we?
We do. MT70 I've fully restored, and I've left
New and
his...
improved memory.
Would he be
So he
useful?
was... what I looked at, he was memory wiped,
Yeah.
and he did...
Because he was missing a core when we originally found him, wasn't he?
Some
yes,
of his,
he was
functionality.
missing his
Yeah.
central harness, he was missing everything. We only got the harness because we gave Bail Organa R2D2 and C3PO. We
traded.
a
Yeah,
delivery
we handed them off.
And so my note here was that we could take MT70 to the Ugnaughts and see if they know anything about, because you can retrieve
Old
stuff from
hidden
wiped memories.
Yeah.
It's like the whole idea of Throwing out your laptop after you put everything into the bin and then put everything in the bin is not a guaranteed way of deleting your
wiping it,
internet search history.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of stuff I've got sitting in here that's about the cyborg Pegasus and the robotic unicorn, which no doubt Mike could find very interesting, but actually doesn't have a whole lot to do with this data array.
Hey, that was very important at the time.
It was.
Just you didn't know the data array wouldn't be important later on.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty much
It
hey,
felt-
here's this thing.
Yeah.
And go look over here.
There's a lot of
Because-
side things that come important later.
Yep. Which is one of my favorite things about this game.
So it's literally almost like a pit stop.
Yeah.
Where we were with
It literally
this
was a
data
pit stop.
Yeah.
array. It was just some 3,000 plus year old ruins.
Yeah.
And I think if we go to the Ugnaughts, we might be able to get some extra additional astrogational informational data about these arrays.
Yeah, just to see if we can access anything in the...
I would suggest that Broom Broom being the computers person would probably be the best accompaniment.
Yeah.
Well, I can do the Ugnaught etiquette and things. We've already established a pretty good rapport with Pugsley.
Because Khaled has now agreed to free all of
Yes.
the Ugnaughts from Hutt slavery.
So if we're going to get any more information...
No. I've offered to free all the Ugnaughts from his
Oh,
clan.
from his
No,
family.
the statement was all.
Or
It was
Was it
all
all?
originally.
Yeah.
I thought it was all
Yeah.
his clan.
No, that was what you talked about reducing it to,
I have it...
but your statement was all.
I do have it written down what you agreed to word for word in my journal. I will...
Which will be in the journal like that.
Anyway, my suggestion would be rather than beating the proverbial dead horse, just doing the last check of MT-70's memory
Yeah.
with the Ugnaughts, and then just go ahead with our reconnaissance based off the bits of information that we have so far. Unless the GM gives me a look that says you're missing something huge.
I would say that the Ugnaughts would probably take a couple of days to go through the old memory because you would have removed it because of the fact that it was faulty.
True.
Well, look, I'd be interested in that as an aside, but it's probably not going to be our main investigation. I think we should, rather than try and find out more information, do this reconnaissance.
Is that... Do we believe that it would still be beneficial to have MT-70 as a lead droid to help us through this data array, potentially?
Yeah, he would. He'd be... I would probably pair him with Broom Broom for computing and Khaled if it's droid stuff.
And I would want not Fleur just comparing to
Not
with our
got a lot of
notes.
good skills in that
Really good
area.
academic skills, I would think.
May not have a
This is a good question for
trained background.
Peter. Does she prefer being called Not or Fleur as a quick name?
Whatever's best for you, miss.
Alrighty. We'll go with
And it has the updated stuff.
whatever happens first. But definitely happy to have you on board to take as many comparison notes as possible.
How the hell does this AI have me as the clan's strategic leader?
Because you're the... I was going to say, I think we just mixed up a little.
To be perfectly honest, you talk
Technically,
strategy in most sessions.
Yeah.
And if it just listens to what people are saying instead of what they're doing,
Yeah.
you are obviously the person helping everyone strategize.
Yeah. It would make sense. Just in terms of action, yeah.
If it talks about what your character does, well, that would be completely different to what you say.
So we do have the recon droids.
Mhm.
So they've got a 3-kilometer range, and they can be used as spotters for long-range kinetic strikes. I think in terms of scanning this summary, we need to be careful as to whether or not we assume that the Jewel of Yavin is necessarily the source of the data array, or possibly I got a slight theory it could be a power source to get data out there and to process data rather than...
I think it is almost like the thing that pings the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something more like that rather than...
That's what I'm kind of getting out of all this stuff. Because after that, like, this is player brain. I have no clue how anything in space works.
Well, Ariadna had a theory early, and I gave her some
Hints.
help.
Yeah.
I can't remember what my theory earlier
This
was.
is where we're just gonna hope for your memory to kind of slowly seep it in and then be like, oh my god, yes, genius.
The theory was that the gemstone had all the hyperspace routes in it.
Yes!
My suspicion after Martin said that it doesn't hold data, it might send data, which was an alternate.
It makes sense.
Could
Like,
have done
because,
either
like,
or.
I suspect, like, based off of what we know about the jewel, is that, like,
Mm.
it, in the time before computers held hyperspace routes, it, in its not tech way, holds hyperspace routes, I guess.
It could or it might not. You won't know until you actually
Figure
have
it out.
access to it, or could
Do something.
find some way to communicate with it.
Yeah, because it's magic.
No, page numbers. Put page numbers on these damn things. I haven't mixed it up yet, but I am
So
destined
close to
to.
it.
It is. I can hear James Earl Jones going, "It's your destiny."
Is that where we say that's when the dark side of the Force takes over?
I think it already has taken over.
Well, I did manage to print out the last session for her, or was it? I think I printed out number 57.
Yeah.
You did 57.
But it
Yeah.
didn't have page numbers either.
And I've merged it with the last. I think the free thing gave me about 8 sessions, but I've only printed off about the last 3 sessions. So I'm just quickly scanning those because I haven't had a chance to.
And
To
I'm
see
starting
if there's
to
anything
put
that
together
we
a
missed.
master document based on what's happened in the campaign.
That's awesome. I actually like this. This
But
is really
most
nice.
of everything I put in there is also going to be on the site.
Cool.
I thought of too late because you can ask this AI to give you all sorts of information.
Uh-huh.
The thing I wanted to ask it, but I ran out of
Time.
3 reports, was summarize the entirety of Phase 1, Season 7,
Mm-hmm.
and what recommendations would it give us, or what weaknesses does it see in our strategy and our plan and information? we
You
need?
can do that.
That's kind of
Because
cool.
it can do all of those things, and my brain's just like, as usual, I've processed this too late
Yeah.
to take
Whereas,
advantage of
from
it
my
now.
perspective, I'm not asking it for advice. I'm just getting it to tell me what happened.
Yeah, just to make the notes.
But maybe
Yeah.
when the AI is summarizing this session, it will remind Ariadna, Thea, that she wants to ask these questions.
No, I think that's really cool. That's a good use of keeping track of game and all that stuff. So, pretty handy that way.
And bring out interesting quotes.
I like that part. I like the funny quotes. So, okay.
So yes, you have a plan.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it. It is do reconnaissance. See what we can find at this deep space array, because we saw that it was somewhat close by. We have to try to plan as much as possible on what to expect. We don't know because that's the thing. All this detail is extremely vague. What do you find?
Session 116, which I think is about
2 ago.
2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a heading here that the AI is put in here. The weaponized incompetence of Jurath. Is it Sturm?
Yeah. I like it. I'm gonna have to read through this because that's the session I missed.
I'm sure you'll appreciate that, Peter, when you take your mic off.
I'm sorry. That was just really funny.
With the seismic charge,
Yeah.
Yes.
can we put wheels on it?
You can. I'm sure you can drill right into it. No problem.
No.
No. I want to put it on like a trolley,
Put it on a dolly.
like a dolly or something like that, so it's actually easy to
But hold
out
on.
of
So
the
like,
hatch.
yeah, that's fine.
When you don't have gravity, it's very easy to get out of the hatch, and wheels don't help.
Yeah, but I'm also assuming that we would have gravity in some.
But if we have to open things up, wouldn't... Wait, I don't know how gravity works, apparently. Because we have to open the thing, we don't necessarily have an airlock really well.
We should
No, we've
also-
got the ramp.
Okay, yeah. But, like...
So we could do what happened in episode 8, which I really hate the bombing sequence, but yeah.
Yeah, fair. So, it would just be in terms of transporting it into the airlock more than anything.
Oh, actually, it probably would be in a dolly to move it around too,
Yeah.
unless it's on a
Like a
hover thing or
hover...
whatever that Han Solo's carbonite thing was on.
I'm more than happy for you to put it on something without shock absorbers to make it shake all the time.
I would like something with shock absorbers, please.
Of note, the AI has noted the superiority of Brum Brum's ship Cyborg Unicorn by turning a 9-day journey into a mere 3 days.
Sounds accurate. Yeah.
Yep.
No comment on the piloting, just the ship. Okay, so yes, you have been given coordinates for the deep space array.
Yeah.
Will you be asking one of your master plotters to figure out how to get there?
The people who are good at astrogation, yes. Which is not me.
I think, is it Brum Brum's the best at Astro?
The
I
two
think
of you
it's-
together are the best.
Two-
at
the
that.
two-
Yeah, I think
together.
it's you or from
Technically, you can both do it independently or together.
I think
Because-
I think
with skills you guys work better.
together is
The best call.
Two.
Let's see if I do.
I will share all these notes with people. This is just the unedited.
See, this is what I mean. Even the AI picks up that we're hilarious.
Most of the already is unfortunately based around Europe. Oh.
Ooh.
Yes, you can basically display extra stuff.
Khalid is officially
I
the
like
assassin
this
of Europe.
skill. Or I like this is a new thingy.
It's one of the things I added in there last session.
I like it. That's really cool.
And slowly updating.
That's really handy. I like it.
Okay. So it also includes how all the difficulties for it.
Mm-hmm.
Noting down that I think Ariadna has the extra stuff.
She has a...
So the other thing you can do is looking at talents associated is they each should have something pop up and tell you what they do.
Okay.
If you do this one in particular, we'll do it because it says that's what shortcut gives you.
Ah.
And for each skill. Exact wording for it.
Very nice. It's a good
Okay.
update.
I wanted to simplify things for
Yeah.
actual use, and now if you click on those skills, that's part of if you're trying to do those specific tasks. So for this case, astrogation has the program a jump is the action you're trying to do.
Yep.
It would be. Well, it does start off at easy and then go up from there.
Yeah.
So as it is, I believe it is 5 purple
Yeah.
with all the increases.
That sounds accurate.
Because it's not on a trade route.
Yeah.
It's in the mid-rim.
Yeah, it's literally like we have to find
You have to
a
basically
very secret
do a jump to an area that is not well charted.
at all. Yeah. Like it difficulty 5 totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything of difficulty 6 and higher requires a story point to make.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that
Just
last time.
me pointing that out is because I skipped that rule for quite some time.
Because we
Mm.
don't have a heck of a lot of story points this session, which I
We're-
blame on my distraction.
No, we actually do.
Do
We're
You've
4
got 4.
light,
Oh, okay. I thought we only got 2.
4
No,
light, 3 dark.
Mhm.
So we did pretty decent for 5
Okay,
players.
so when we look at the dice pool capacity, Broom Broom has 4 yellow, 2 green, and 3 blue.
And I have
3 yellow, 1 green, 1 blue, and I think it is
6
6
yeah, it's
white.
the white dice.
But if you use more than 3 of the white dice, you increase the difficulty, or you upgrade the check 3 times.
Yep.
For each force dice you use over your rank,
Oh.
you upgrade your difficulty.
Gotcha.
So it becomes harder.
So she can choose to only use 3? Gotcha. Okay, I'm learning because I'll have to learn how to use force dice too.
Well, it also means that if you put too much magic into something that you don't have the skill for,
Yeah,
bad stuff happens.
Yep.
makes sense.
But you have more options.
Yeah, but like that's what happens when you rely on magic.
And every time you activate magic, it always has a cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you must always spend a point no matter what comes up.
Yep, makes sense.
So, is it? I think if I recall, last time we did the roll, it was more advantageous for. Was it?
In a rush, you're the best one in a rush.
Yep.
In planning and time, I would say Brum Brum
Brum
is the
Brum,
best one
yeah.
for
I
doing
was
it.
going to say, I'm pretty sure Brum Brum's the expertise in all things to do with getting the ship from A to B.
So with Brum Brum's pull, what does he get from Thea
From
assisting?
Thea assisting, it would be an extra blue dice.
Okay.
So from
So he doesn't get any of the white dice.
he doesn't get any of the white dice because he is not force active.
He doesn't need them.
Well, if he had them, he would have trouble spending them.
Mm.
He doesn't need them. But the fact that he's doing the main check is I'm not rolling his. Unless he wants me to physically roll the dice for him. But that would miss the opportunity of all those triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a Kessler here, so your luck will be...
Yeah, hopefully your luck works now.
Yep. The feng shui is in balance.
Was it?
And just so you know, if your ship takes damage, you increase the difficulty of the dice by being damaged automatically.
Makes sense.
Which means if you don't have any story points, you can't make the check if he gets to 6 dice or more.
That sounds dangerous.
Okay. You've got all of those. If it says increase, increase is not too bad increase just means that you add an extra dice. If it says upgrade, that changes it to red. If it says challenge, you add a challenge die. You don't remove any dice.
Okay.
Because you'll have some things that automatically add a challenge dice.
Okay.
So instead of it just skips an entire step.
So you're pulling out the dice, Mike, so you can do the roll?
We have. Oops, sorry. So the people online can see. Oh. I managed to do that without spelling everything.
Yeah, that's a good roll.
I don't know. There's a lot of failures on there.
Okay, so.
There's also a lot of successes.
It actually may not work.
Okay, so those.
Looks like it's at least 2 successes and probably 4 advantages.
No, there's no success. It all cancels out.
Get rid of that one. Those 2, get rid of that one. So yes, beep 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 beep.
Cannot find.
Oh, okay, that was advantages. I thought 2 of those actually had a bit more successes.
No, unfortunately.
So we have
Rolled on lots of advantages.
Luckily for you, you are unable to enter hyperspace, and you ended up taking extra time to calculate. So about 31 minutes instead of the 30-minute average.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the inconvenience.
If you're in a battle and you're trying to do it, the adding extra minutes in battle really hurts.
Yeah.
Then with all those advantages, you can reduce the travel time of the non-existent jump. And you can identify convenient stopovers of the non-existent jump.
The convenient stopover is to sit and think. Try again.
And then you can add a blue dice to someone else's check. You could always go, nope, not for me. Let's get the
Space Wizard to do it.
Yeah.
This is where Broom Broom's like, we can't get anywhere. How does Broom Broom react to this not working?
Mesa says it's a problem with gotta think of the word.
Google Translate.
No, Google app, Google Maps.
Planetary positioning system is not online. You have no Wi-Fi. You forgot to connect. You now need to put your password in again. And then, so you need to change your password.
Can't change it to a password that it's already been.
This is where
So, Ariadna, would you like to do your check? If you have dice available.
I get to do a check. I thought it was just Brum Brum.
Brum Brum was if Brum Brum got it, it would have been very quick.
Okay.
yeah.
But unfortunately, it kept saying access denied.
So I got 3 yellow, 1 green.
And it ends up
Can
because
the advantages do anything?
because it is he can technically give her 1. So it would be 1 base blue, 1 blue for Brum Brum, and then another 3 blue for Shortcut, because Shortcut works on this but doesn't work on other parts of astrogation.
Huh.
Shortcut doesn't give you knowledge, but you can use astrogation for knowledge.
Okay.
That's why when I was going through the things and reading through the specifics of it,
Yeah.
So
I split all the skills up into the actions.
So I've got 3 yellow, 1 green.
3 yellow, 1 green,
5
5 blue, and how many white would you like to put in?
Well, I'm allowed to put in 3 before
Yep.
difficulty goes up.
That
so
is correct.
I'll go the 3. take a dose of coffee. How much am I up against?
It is 5 purple.
All the fun.
Well, this is not somewhere where they map regularly.
Yeah.
Is that what you say? It's like travelling to Terrinoth?
Basically.
Oh no, this is like going out to Queanbeyan.
Oh, who goes
Or
there?
is it Banks and Kuma that's further?
I feel like Banks is.
Oof. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threat and 4 failures.
We'll see how the final check ends up.
5 threat, 4 failures. You've written that down. I'm gonna go for the blue next. 2 blanks. 2 successes, 4 advantages. Love those blanks.
Errors.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully I'll do better with.
Good thing about how it's actually doing that is it should tell me that there is an error there.
I got 5 successes, a blank, and no advantages. Now I'm gonna do the white dice. Two light, 2 dark, even Stevens.
Okay, so yes, there's a 0 pop up now.
Okay.
It says
So with that, you have.
overspent somehow.
Right.
It's okay, we'll fix it later.
So for Ariadna's roll, she got a total of 3 successes, 1 threat, 2 light side, 2 dark side.
So 3 successes.
So she had 7 altogether, so I just minused it all already.
Yeah, well, as long as you cancel
So I had
that.
4 failure, 7 successes.
So 3 successes.
Well, I don't really care about what you have in the end.
Yeah, so that's 3 successes, 1 threat, 2 light side, 2 dark side.
If I can, I'll take
Okay.
the threat as
So the
strain.
extra successes can either be used to arrive closer to the target or reduce the amount of time it takes to calculate.
Closer to the target, I think. If
Because
they're
it
anyone
could be,
closer
guess
to-
you took 31 minutes, I take beep, 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 beep,
2 minutes.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I think shortcut allows her to half the time.
Yeah.
Or Galaxy Mapper or one of the two.
One of them.
Unless anyone says they disagree, I think closer to the target.
Closer to the target sounds okay. So
And
we'll
do
go with
you
that.
have advantages or threats?
She had
just 1 threat.
one
I
threat.
counted out all my advantages. I had 2 light, 2 dark.
Okay, so going down to the 1 threat. You can increase the distance the ship appears from the destination. Or increase the time by, travel time by 10%.
Oh, what's 10%?
So if it's going to take an hour, you will take an hour and 6 minutes.
I think we'll take the extra 6 minutes. Does everybody else agree? Is that logic?
I think that makes sense because
sound.
otherwise it kind of counteracts itself. So if we want to go with what makes sense for a story, making it go an extra 10% longer makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I like pointing that out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking through my right hip, stabbing the middle of my back.
Ah, fun.
Whereas if it had been a despair, it lists down a mishap.
Why do you even mention the horrible D word?
A greater magnitude threat or trigger something truly awful happening, such as jumping out in the path of an asteroid or other stellar phenomenon. Which is how you found the other Deep Space already.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I feel I need to point out that using the terrible D word for despair is like using the terrible O word for August and D&D.
I know, that's why I get to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it does work out well to be able to just look at the skills. So only alphabetically up to Al is currently done,
Okay.
not counting combat or knowledge.
So
Okay.
role playing wise, I will tell Broom Broom thanks for helping me. I wouldn't have been able to figure out if he hadn't given me the head start.
You showed him the way. Or he showed you the way.
I
This is the way?
I prefer to go, this is the Wazer. In Broken Gungan.
And is that where, as we take off, we play, what's the song? Tumble up and whatever it is. I get knocked down. Can I get up again?
Yeah.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah. Don't ask me. I can't say that word. The name of the song, the actual song, I can't say it.
I get knocked down, I get up again?
The name of the song is like Tub something or something.
Dumping.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Don't ask me though. I have no clue.
Well,
I'm pretty sure the
it
AI
was
will be able
80s
to
for
tell
me,
us.
so
Yeah.
I think.
But like, I feel like that song is our,
Our theme?
it's a little bit our clan's motto a little bit.
I don't disagree.
We learn through our failures.
It's the Mandalorian way.
Yeah.
Well, hey, our failures are there to teach.
Yep.
Success doesn't really teach you anything.
Not everyone learns on the first lesson.
Or the second, or the third.
What matters is you eventually learn.
Eventually.
It's tub thumping.
There you go. Yeah.
I offer you proof that all my journals are mixed up. I got 2 journals for Star Wars out and they're both the blank ones.
Very good.
Oh, ADHD.
That's why I have a computer where I type stuff in occasionally when I remember.
Yeah.
Or I occasionally have episodes where the recording doesn't work.
Uh,
And then I didn't write anything down.
yeah. No, it happens.
So there might be a few where we go, guess Lee, did you write notes for that one?
We just kind of hope that I was there, and I wrote semi-good notes that time instead of just writing jokes in my book the whole time.
Okay, so yes, you have coordinates and a rough window to use them in.
Okay, cool. This is all good.
Both ships accept them.
Perfect.
And it's been designated a close to target jump.
I'm happy with this outcome.
This is where I'll just remind the pilots to look alive as we hop out, as we assume this place hasn't been gone to in at least 1,000 years, but that doesn't mean that we don't know what's going on. So,
Well, we've been given information that it might have opened up, but we're not precisely sure, and we think 1,000 years is our
Well,
best guess.
it's not used by the Empire. is
yeah,
what
it's
you know.
is that
Smugglers.
that's the most we know. So it's primarily we don't know about any space debris that could be
Yeah.
potentially there because we're gonna assume it's
Yeah.
for the most part abandoned, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be any presence of bandits or anything like that.
Isn't it great that we upgraded our ships with Cortosis shielding?
It is. It's so nice. Thank God.
Nothing better
Thank the
than...
Force. Wait, what? What supernatural force are we thanking in this universe?
And then I'm sure when you get there, it's like, thank Ferret, it was.
I do believe we thank the founder.
Oh, true.
Or
But yeah,
praise the armourer.
There we go. Yes.
In true Mandalorian style.
Okay, so do you put both seismic charges in one ship, you know, all the eggs in one basket?
No, I think the fact that we were given 2 seismic charges and we have 2 ships indicates an even balanced approach.
And then the next question is, how do you convince Boom Boom Crash to put a bigger bomb on his ship?
That's what I was going to ask
You
next.
just don't tell him about it and you put it in the backpack of one of the love cats that you send on board.
The backpack.
So you got this loft cat going,
It's going like this because it's like this big.
Those love cats are stronger than they look.
Okay,
The
so
force
is that
of them
block
after
cat
all.
called Cringer?
That's really
I
funny.
don't know how big seismic charges are.
so
And,
I mentioned to them earlier, they're about the size of a coffin.
Oh,
They
okay.
has got the power sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe one of the pair of droids carried it in a crate that's not marked.
So this is where we'll ask Broom Broom very nicely. It's like,
I was
so
gonna say
That-
you can do the ask.
That unmarked crate on your ship that's no one's strapped down yet, you might want to strap it down. But I think...
yeah, pretty much. No, I would tell Broom Broom exactly what it is. Broom Broom knows what we're doing. Of like, you're cool with this.
No.
You're cool with this.
No,
That
Mike,
it was a suggestion.
Mike isn't saying anything on purpose. Because I'm pretty sure everything he wants to say to you right now is not PG.
This is not the crate you're looking for.
I was gonna say, in terms of who's going on what ship,
I gotta fly the other ship.
yeah, I will volunteer to go with you, so that should this go wrong, I at least am partially responsible.
Sure.
I have a feeling that in his last split second of life, Brum Brum is not going to find solace in the fact that you went with him.
There's solace in that, like, I'm reaping same consequences for my decisions.
Maybe it'll satisfy his sense of justice in the afterlife.
Yeah.
He can haunt you as a ghost spirit.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yep.
Just, he gets the knowing that he was right more than anything. But until then.
I told you, Cuddle.
Yeah.
Hey, did you remember to strap?
Yeah. So, no, we're gonna make sure before we even take off that everything is strapped down nicely and not going to be jostled around in any way. We do double checks on this because I don't want to mess this up. So I will not only check myself, but I will also let Fleur and Carlin check it as well, and I will also let the pilots do a final check while also observing them so that nobody touches anything if it is in fact all in place correctly.
It looks to be all in place.
Cool. Awesome. Love that.
What could go wrong is the saying, I'm sure.
So,
I
to detonate this thing,
Mhm.
is it going to be gunnery because it's vehicle size?
Nope.
No, it's coffin sized.
It is it pretty much set charges let loose, or how do these things work?
Well, it has a console. You type in a code and push a button.
Yeah.
Cool. Nobody touch any buttons. As shiny and fun as buttons
So
are.
basically, you put in a timer.
You would.
Yep, makes sense.
Alright.
Okay, cool. So we have those on each of the ships. I go with Broom Broom. I'm going to assume the other three will go in
We
our
can
ship.
split the party evenly because Brum Brum's ship fits several people on it. So put a Corey, Mike, and
We'll have a Corey on Broom Broom ship with
Carla,
us.
and then Carla.
And then, so,
Not Fleur.
not Fleur, Carlid, and Thea on one. Broom Broom, Kayana, and a Corey on the other.
That's our entire party, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone.
The droids. The Lothcats.
The Lothcats are on our ship.
I was gonna say
And-
Lothcats.
NT-70 is on our ship.
Yeah.
Then there's Dom, who's not coming on the ship with you.
No.
Oh, I wonder why.
We've also got an astrogation droid.
He usually doesn't come with us.
We've got about 4.
I figured he's still dealing with his son.
No, the 2 of our passenger droids who were riding around with us are with the Ugnaughts right now, so it's just our astrogation droid, then MT-70, and I think we've got one other droid.
Mm-hmm.
You have coffee.
That's MT-70.
Oh, yeah.
No. I actually discovered that Dom has a droid called Coffee already, so MT-70 has to come up with his own name, which I'm going to let him discover in his journey of independence and freedom.
Not tea.
No, it's going to be called Decaf.
I'm going to let him come up with his own name, and that will be up to the GM.
Tea sounds pretty funny. Coffee and tea.
And the amusing thing was, I believe the party did name Coffee. Or Dom's droid.
Or I can't believe it's not coffee.
It's a bit of a lengthy name, but you could probably name it.
Well, they have. I can't believe it's not butter. So
I mean, all these droids have long names and they get short names anyway, so it makes sense.
And most clones have a serial number.
Mm-hmm.
So we arrive at the other end.
So yes, it takes you about an hour's jump. Which is not too bad, could have been worse.
Let's say,
Give or take a few minutes here and there.
yeah. Not too bad for, like, this being in a really random spot in your basement.
Okay, so let's see. We have looking at actual characters and ships. Yes, it doesn't actually have all the details in there, which is fantastic. So I'll have to figure out where the details went. Because I believe they had different hyperdrives.
Yep.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know those details.
I do have old ship statistics, but they haven't been upgraded since the upgrades.
Yeah. No idea where that stuff is gone.
Well, obviously it was one of the bits that broke that I hadn't gotten to yet. Because I
Yeah.
hadn't actually looked at that.
Part of it is waiting for the update of the website before it gets updated.
Well,
the
they did,
rooms look like ×1 and the other one's ×2.
in which case then Vroom Vroom ship arrives an hour and a bit before the others.
Okay.
Because literally it doubles the time for them.
Mm.
Yeah, he hasn't got the half one yet.
Carlin, Ross, you don't have to feed the GM the stats. we were arriving at the same time until you managed to look it up.
But, like, that makes sense.
No, Vroom Vroom's was always faster.
I'm
Yeah.
Teasing.
teasing. Yeah, that's the right
Yeah,
word.
Yeah.
because we've got the box standard one, which is
Yeah,
×2.
yeah. No, it's he's always been
But, like,
ahead of us.
it makes sense if Burma ship arrives first. So, as we come out of hyperspace, is my fear of space debris valid?
You do see a lot of stuff between you and the station.
Hmm.
As long as it's not space worms.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you'll have another 2 hours to wait before the others show up,
Okay.
as they have a Class 3 hyperdrive.
Oh.
It's a class 3. Ooh,
Yep. it
we
is
definitely
Class
need to
3.
fix that.
Next thing to update after the shields.
Hey, they could have been using the backup, which is a Class 16.
Mike had it lined up, but there was
Mm.
never an opportunity.
I thought it was a class 10. Well, at least we got a backup.
Mm-hmm. Whereas no backup can be a lifetime between jumps.
Yep.
So yes, you have. Where needs the dice one bit up at the moment. Come on, where's my mouse? Here it is. There we go. Looking before you, you can see a well-lit space station with neon glowing signs hanging off on odd angles.
Well, then. Okay. That's scary.
Well, if you think about it, the last place that we discovered with an array actually looked like a 1950s diner type thing with all the
Yeah.
neon signage and all the sort of almost like the Art Deco style design for both the buildings and the cars and the droids and the vehicles. Not cars, the vehicles.
So it's well lit. Does it look populated?
You can see multiple vehicles moving around. You can even see what appears to be a couple of giant slugs moving around in space.
In space?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
Space
so what is
whales.
that? Hut's wearing spacesuits.
Hopefully.
If a hut was able to swallow your ship without even noticing, yes.
So,
I don't want to be eaten by a hut.
And what appears to be insects of unusual size. And when I say unusual size, you could probably fit
carve a spaceship out of it.
a aircraft carrier inside one of their mouths.
Oh, I hate it here.
There are well-marked lanes that people seem to be ignoring.
Okay.
And there's lots of flashing and signage everywhere. Wherever you look, there's flashing lights.
Mm.
And apparently you jumped halfway between where people are supposed to show up and the actual station.
Okay. I'll look to.
This would probably be a pod racer's dream of so many big things to fly along and zoom against.
Misa would suggest that we move because they're hyperdriving to our position. And if we don't get out of the way, that seismic charge might be the least of our worries.
Yeah.
So, Misa will survey the debris, couldn't think of the word, and I will pilot my ship out of the way from the incoming other ship with a seismic charge.
Well, you do know they have about another 2 hours until they arrive.
Yeah, but
You could almost get out and push in that time.
Okay. Well, with everything we're seeing, you're saying that there's very clearly marked lanes that nobody's paying attention about. The ships and people, assuming themselves, are they oddly sized, similar to the weird creatures?
No, they seem to be sized for normal people, though most of the ships look older than yours.
Okay.
Mostly beat up, occasionally ones that look like they're retro painted up and cleaned up. And for the size of the area, it's like you've got maybe one ship per big section of space station.
Gotcha.
So very underpopulated. So no matter the fact that they're ignoring the lanes, there's nothing to really stop them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Or inconvenience them, or the other way around.
And
everyone seems to be avoiding the insects of unusual size.
Yeah, so that's where I'll just direct Broom Room to definitely just see what they're doing. Don't get near any of that nonsense. I guess my natural instinct is to try to comms in to try to get a landing bay, but at the same time, I don't know how successful that actually will be. I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay.
That sounds like the right thing to do.
You should turn on your comms and start to listen to the
radio
chatter that's going everywhere.
Yeah.
It seems to be quite chaotic as people are passing recipes, talking about, hey, did you see that? Including who's the idiot who just jumped in the middle of, and then it sort of gets cut off by other things happening.
Through the chatter, am I hearing any kind of like coordination of where people can land and stuff?
They don't seem to be talking about that. They seem to be talking about, day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, how weird we are.
Which is unusual in any sort of starport area.
Because they're just talking. Why are they doing that? That's so dangerous. This is like a flight tower just talking about their day.
And you do believe some of them are actually counseling others.
That's really funny.
On the open channel.
Yeah, love that. So this is like real AOL chat room nonsense happening right now. Trying to look around the spaceport, is there any good particular landing area that we could wait for?
Okay, so I would say a perception check.
Okay.
Or you can do a computers using the scanners on your ship.
No.
Which Broom Broom could do because, hey, it's not like you're having to fly straight to the moment.
My perception is better. So I have 1 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue, 4 white. But if I wanted to use all 4, it would use story points. So I would only want to use 1 white because my rank is only 1. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. So.
And I haven't put in the options on that one yet.
Okay. So for me, it is that 2 yellow or 2 green, 1 blue, 1 white. Is that right? Yep, that's my check. What's my difficulty?
Yep. Your difficulty will be 4.
Okay. Here you go, Mike.
So you're definitely taking a dark side point for that one.
Oh yeah, no, I do not understand the nonsense of how this space station works.
Did you want me to try a computers check?
Yeah, that's probably better.
So we take those out.
So, computers is 4 yellow,
Well,
2 green,
Just so you guys can see.
2 blue.
2 yellow,
4 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue.
2 green, 2 blue.
I really failed.
It's slightly easier. It's going to do, let's see. Yes, there is quite a lot of failure in there.
Okay.
So I can take those 2 out to turn that into that.
Yeah.
So you did get an advantage, and
You feel good about not
4
accomplishing
failures.
anything.
Is this the dark side point? Just me being like, oh my god, these people are insane. There needs to be some order.
I believe you're so distracted by these insects of unusual size, you're not looking at anything
Yep.
else.
Yep.
And you're just getting this, sense of connecting to these bugs
Ah!
in space.
Ah!
And you feel-
Dislike.
and you feel really good about it.
How was that for me? I didn't have enough good dice.
Yeah.
So,
Lots of firecrackers.
This is probably where Kayan's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then Broom Room's just like, what's wrong with you? Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
The parking bay's just there.
It's right there.
and from a computer's perspective,
Nisa says, open your eyes. Mr. Magoo,
That's my problem. My eyes were too open.
take off those Coke bottle glasses.
okay, do we get any specials for you for advantages?
Because I have an eye for detail.
Oh my god.
Well, the funny thing is, based on using computers, without talking about other stuff for ships and things, we have option of having an alert flagged against you, getting incomplete data, or that's not right. Something goes wrong.
Is this for me or for
No, for Brum Brum's one threat.
the one threat? Oh.
Which means his ship might get a brain glitch. Yes, of course I can play straight through that solid object.
What are we thinking? Alert, incomplete, or you got some bad information.
Alert incomplete.
Incomplete data?
Incomplete data. Okay, so yes. So in this case it says you unknowingly miss a valid, unknowingly miss a vital component, leading to a false conclusion. But hey, with all successes, due to extra successes, It doesn't take you that long at all to go bang. As Kyan is still staring out with the oh my god, I think it's trying to talk to me.
There's a thing that's like.
Yes, you do pick up that there is quite a few smaller landing bays as well as larger ones. And one thing you do pick up is that the region you're in seems to have an atmosphere.
Okay.
Which is handy if a lot of ships come in here damaged.
Yep. We have no reason to suspect this. Yep. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Plus, it would also mean that all these bugs of unusual size have an atmosphere to help them.
That makes sense when there's so many bugs around here. Where's the atmosphere coming from? Yeah.
You also identify what looks to be a central spire.
Okay.
Would you expect where any of the command stuff would be?
So my plan is to kind of sit here and not freak out about the giant bugs until the rest of the party arrives. This is where Kayana probably will be doing some of the meditations that Thea taught her, just to kind of calm herself down a bit, because she thought for sure that she heard the clicking from a bug, which doesn't make sense because she's in a ship.
And of course, the bugs didn't stop what they were doing and turn and look in your direction at all.
Yeah, definitely didn't do that. Yeah, no, so...
And the radio didn't comment on how unusual that was either.
I was like, whoa, they moved.
They never do that.
Lefty never turns. I've been trying to get that one to look at me for 3 years. Nothing. I'm only mostly worried about this. It's fine. So Kaya's going to be doing some meditation because she's mostly freaking out.
Okay, so you eventually make it to one of the landing bays while waiting for the others to arrive.
We still haven't arrived.
Well, you've arrived, so you've arrived.
Yay!
Yay?
The first thing you notice is there's lights everywhere. It's well lit.
Christmas time? No,
There's
what's it called? Is it a celebratory World Day or Galaxy Day?
Life Day.
Life Day, there you go. It's Life Day.
And there are lots of ships here, including giant bugs.
Independence Day +1.
Is that like a post independence?
They don't bug us, we don't bug them.
And Thea also picks up that Kayana seems to be very irritated.
Bugged out.
She's just not clicking properly.
She's what?
We're making a lot of bug puns, and I dislike it. I'm sure as you reach out of hyperspace, you can pick up on Kayana's feeling, and you can tell that she is following meditation that you taught her because she's freaked out about something.
Okay. I'll just comms in general and just report that we've arrived.
Well,
Check that everything's okay at your end.
We had a brilliant arrival.
that's enough. That's
and
where-
many of the people are just droning on the open comms.
During the time that kind of was meditating, did Broom join in on any of the chatter?
I had a mathematical discussion over the airways.
Few people thank you for fixing bugs in their code.
Yes.
So anyway, as they come in, it like kind of could probably like heard them comms that they arrived or whatever. Kind of just like says, just steer clear of the bugs and meet us at blah 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 location. Did we find a place that would have enough space for both our ships? Yeah.
You realize you could probably land a couple of capital ships in the same space.
Oh, easy. Okay.
I'm anticipating great things to happen here
Are you done?
soon.
Beetle there soon.
I'll register with the equivalent of the traffic tower. in
Okay,
Control.
as you manage to get them on the line, they start asking for your recipe.
My recipe.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have any context?
Not at all, because you've just managed to get onto the comms and start talking what you'd usually expect to be the traffic control,
Okay.
and they're asking you for the for your recipe.
This is
I'll ask for clarification.
They respond with, "You cook, don't you?"
Is this where Broom still on the main channel and can talk
Now,
back?
mission a B. I'll give them the recipe for Mandalorian-based rabbit stew.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa says the atmosphere is really buzzing here.
Just trying not to buzz the tower.
If Mike continues to punish you, emphasis on the pun, you could always use a little bit of force his way.
That's where Kayak probably because I'm sure Grim just has the comm channels open or whatever. This is where Kayak will comms privately, I guess. It's like ignore the chatter. There's no organization here.
I suggest you get a spray can out of your gear and just like spray a little circle around you.
I'm just gonna get some.
It won't necessarily protect you from the puns, but it'll definitely protect you from the bugs.
Mm-hmm. So I'll continue.
At which point, I'm sure Thea notices a few Purgle flying between her and the bugs, and the Purgle looks small.
Okay, I know what Purgle are. They're the are they
Space
the
whale.
space whales.
Hmm.
Is there force sensitive?
Yes.
Do both Kana and I get a sense of the force sensitive creatures around us?
Kayana has, yes.
Too much, I'm guessing.
A little too much.
Thus the application of the meditation methodologies to shield her mind from unwanted interaction.
And the bug jokes.
Don't know which one gets her more.
I suggest perhaps maybe you find some sort of food that is particularly appealing for the Gungan and getting occupied with, I don't know, the Gungan version of popcorn or something.
Is the dark side points more just that she gets punished because of that? Like
Quite
it
possibly,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with.
Did you get dark side?
She only rolled up a dark side point.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm this is where I'm gonna say in terms of the Force, it had nothing to do too much with like being recognized by the Force sensitive creatures. It had everything to do with her party member punishing her.
That's unbelievable.
That's a stretch. I don't know if there's any peace around here.
You need to be less punitive on your fellow shipmates.
So that's really what the Force is. It has nothing to do with the creatures around her. It has to do with the circumstances that she finds herself in.
And while Thea's flying in, she notices that some of the ships seem to be made out of bugs.
Living biological ships?
No, the exoskeletons of dead bugs.
Ah, okay.
Gross.
Repurposed carapace?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm saying that correctly?
That is correct. But hey, when you don't have to mine your ship parts.
I mean, if you can,
Fascinating use of materials.
if the bugs are good in space, then it makes sense.
Well, yeah, they provide all of the same qualities as artificially made material. It makes sense. It's not quite like the decorative use of, say, horns or something on a vehicle, but it's a very practical application. I admire the resourcefulness of the people who have managed to do that. And I'm also wondering what planets they might come from. And what kind of species they interact with there, because the animal wrangler history part of me is quite interested in the species.
It does remind you of the golden age of hyperspace travel, as they used to call it, where all the spaceships were made from giant bugs.
So, this area in its design and its architecture and the design of all the ships does remind us of the other ruins that we came across, but these are less ruins and more...
They actually make you think that the ones you came across were newer.
Yeah, okay. So,
And these ones have a far older design.
Huh.
so
and,
do we
and
have,
far more grand.
we have a sense that it's much more like 10,000 years old instead of 3,000?
Quite possibly, yes.
Yeah, okay. So we're looking at a lot of history.
I believe it dates back to close to the start of hyperspace travel.
I'll record a lot of what I'm seeing in one of my video journals, just so that I can show the foundlings some of what they can find when they're exploring out this far.
And the bugs of unusual size definitely do resemble many of the ships moving around.
Okay.
Hmm.
And they seem to have an active hive where recorded history sort of says most of these things disappeared.
That said, as an offside, since I've passed on a recipe of my grandmother's, I'm going to ask for some sort of cultural family recipe from whoever I'm talking to, and context as to what culture and what history comes with
Okay,
it.
so you said family recipe. Okay, so someone starts to go into a recipe that gets shouted down very quickly by the rest of the people on the open channel.
Ooh.
Okay. Are we talking cannibalistic context?
It was basically child soup.
Okay. I'm talking
Family recipe.
less moral pressing.
I will probably say your character realizes that whoever you're speaking to is taking everything you say literally.
Okay.
So when you ask for a family recipe, they dug out a recipe about family.
Okay.
Reusing family.
Do I get any context about the culture and the species?
Hard to tell which species, but the culture is definitely something where you'd have to be specific in your requests.
Okay. I feel like some of the background I have with dealing with the Argonauts probably come in helpful here. But
It does remind you of the Ugnaughts, but the Ugnaughts feel a little more grounded in reality.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm more interested in concentrating on figuring out where we are and where we need to go to scout out this convergence, that the meat, basically the smuggling, all the smugglers that meet up.
Okay, so I will give you a perception roll or a computer's check. What would you like to do?
I'm pretty sure I'm stronger in perception than I am in computers. Yeah. I don't seem to have my computers written down here, which is weird. It's just like blank.
Put you down as 1 rank.
Okay. Yeah. I don't even know why it's
Which-
not rolled.
With perception, you have 2 ranks, so you're correct. And that's your stronger one.
Do you mind giving me my yellow, green, blue, white die? Just computers. It's the only one that's blank on here.
Oh, sorry. Computers is 1 yellow, 3 green.
Alright, yeah, so I'd definitely be going for
You do have bypass security, and
perception.
that's only for breaking into things.
Yeah, I'm more of a perception person anyway, since the Force discovered me, so... Is there the same limitation on the white dice? Because it says I've got 5 here.
It is the same limitation on the white dice.
So...
But in this case, it would be 2.
1 yellow, 3 green.
For your perception, I've got 2 yellow, 2 green, 3 blue, and up to 5 white.
2 yellow, 2 green, 3 blue. Yeah, I've got to update my sheet. And then you said up to 3 or up to 5?
Up to 5, so every one you take after 2 increases the difficulty.
Okay, so is there a reason why it's 2 instead of 3?
Because you've only got 2 ranks.
Oh, it's based on the ranks. Okay, cool.
If you use more power than you have skill,
Yeah.
it comes back to bite you.
Is this one of those times where I want to use one of my 3 specialty actions? The sense danger, touch of fate, or...
Well, the difficulty is 3, so that's up to you if you'd like to. So it would be 3 purple is your check against.
Okay. I just mean sometimes when I'm doing perception checks, it's to my benefit to throw in the extra boost. But I presume that this is not one of those occasions.
I would say no.
Okay, cool. So 3 purple, 2 yellow, 2 green, 3 blue, 2 white. Okay.
I have been forgetting to ask people if they wish to upgrade.
We do have 4 available to upgrade.
If you don't think that it's necessary to do a specialty, it still might be useful to upgrade.
You could do that, yes.
I would go ahead and recommend it.
Yep,
Okay, so swap out one of your greens with the yellow.
I will do that. Well, on the purple 2 failure ones.
At some point I have to fix my virus protection.
Ah.
It ran out about a week ago.
Gotcha.
Is this something that we need to... Okay. Okay, so... I got 2 failure... Was it 2 failure, I said?
2 failure just then, yeah.
And 1 threat.
We'll go with that.
And then I've got 2 success, 2 advantage on the blues and the greens, and 1 blank.
So that means it worked out to be...
I haven't done the yellows or whites yet.
Currently you're sitting on 1 threat.
Okay, cool. But also no success. Success. 2 success on advantage.
So
On
no
white.
threat and 2 success.
Yep, and now I just got to do the white dice. Too dark.
So you take a dark side point on that one.
What does that mean?
Each dark side point works to be your character getting corrupted.
Okay, so I used to be able to voluntarily choose to use them or not use them.
Well, every time you pull it in to use, you get extra information
Okay.
due to connections to the Force. But if you choose to use Force dice, then you risk bad connections.
Okay, alright.
You can choose not to use it, which means it will never go wrong.
Okay, so I've got to do that at the time of rolling, not at the time of result.
Okay.
Because there used to be a time where you once I got the result, you could tell me I can either use it towards my success or not use it at all. That's changed now.
Well, you have to use at least 1 if you roll.
Okay, alright. Might need to sit down with you and discuss.
It's okay. I can talk to you again about it. I do not mind.
Yeah, outside of game, that's what I meant.
Okay, so
Because things have changed.
as you're looking out and about and feeling the flow of things, you get what Kayana was saying about the bugs just having to get into everything of your consciousness.
Okay. Well,
But as you've managed to succeed where Kayana failed, you also pick up that it is a hive of intelligent insects, not just mindless bugs.
well, I presume they'd be intelligent.
Which reminds you of the Genesys,
That's
but
what I mean.
you realise it is a branch of the Verpine.
Okay. With that.
Because the Genesys aren't literal, but the Verpines are extremely literal.
Yes. Okay. So that's where we're getting that over. You've got to be very careful with how you phrase things.
Such as, I'll give my left arm for that.
Yeah. No. I'm not using any colloquialisms at the moment. It's too risky.
Most of them won't even think and just assist you.
I'll warn the clan that some of the species they're dealing with here are very literal, and you got to be very careful about your phrasing of things.
And you believe that the entire region that you're in at the moment has has an atmosphere, and you're not exactly sure how.
Okay, so I could, presuming I think I got magnetic boots. I could literally climb out the top hatch and walk around without my helmet on. That kind of atmosphere.
As long as it was breathable for you, yes. But atmosphere and breathable atmosphere are 2 different things.
Can I determine that? Maybe using one of the scanners, either on the ship or one of my handhelds.
The ship all says that it will support life. Not greatly, but it will support life.
Okay, so still advisable that if you're going to leave the life support on the ship, you should
Sort of
probably wear a helmet.
for an emergency, you'll survive.
I'm hoping there's not another assassin droid trying to steal my ship.
So how many worms are around?
Are you talking about the space whales? Or
No, that's the Purgle. He's talking about the space slugs.
So they're not the asteroid ones from Empire Strikes Back.
If not Fleur.
But are they bigger?
They are more centipede-like.
Oh, okay.
many legs.
A sneaking suspicion the atmosphere maybe those bugs might be causing making an atmosphere.
Look, I found having the hive mind get into the far reaches of my mind distasteful enough, but I don't really need to be aware that should I be in an emergency outside of the ship and without my helmet, I'm going to breathe in bug farts. It's a level of awareness I just don't need. So they're just going to kind of move along past that info. And if not Fleur is showing her usual interest in things, I will explain the parts of the ship dashboard, for lack of a better description, of where I'm getting the readings for the atmosphere, how to tell what levels will tell you it's survivable or not survivable, and probably make a really bad joke about bug farts.
Always interested.
No, like
I even give a polite laugh at your joke.
I was going to say no polite laughing is required. I'm aware of how bad my jokes might be, and unlike certain free-feeling Gungans who have unabashedly make great use of their vocabulary and their puns, I know I have no such talent or skills.
Hey, you finally make it in for landing. As you land next to the other ship, it's like you've got two little toy ships inside the hangar.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of space.
I was freaked out, but in terms of seeing other beings, you said the ships themselves were normal size, but did we see other beings of normal size?
Not that you've noticed yet.
Okay, gotcha. I know we're in it's a whole big thing where we're not necessarily gonna see people immediately right there, because as we can definitely hear people talking quite a bit, that doesn't mean that we can see people, or that it's people.
We are looking at it.
Though I will say when Thea comes in, she notices that Brum Brum and Kayana landed on the side wall of the hangar, as if it was the ground.
Okay. Is this Brum Brum showing off his mad skills at parking?
It was a landing field. It was pointed out to him.
Okay.
He landed there. Kayana stopped talking at that point.
Yeah, I did. I stopped paying attention. I went inward. And I'm sure Akori, whatever was going on with him, I'm sure he was just like, weird bugs. So yeah, we were definitely just gonna hang out while we waited for you guys.
Yep.
So is this? I'm sure you land normally and probably just give Brum Brum a weird comms
I
of
was going to say, is this a roll thing, or am I joining Brum Brum on the side of the wall?
You can choose to join him on the side of the wall, or you could say, "Hey, why are you on the wall?"
I'm just going to land in the normal space and make the same assumption I do about my jokes being bad. I just don't have the talent to land on the side of the wall and keep the ship there.
That's not actually a bad idea. If they've got gravity along the walls and those, it actually puts out more landing spots.
Well, yeah. I'm going to say that possibly Brum Brum was fitting himself in nicely with the culture and taking things as literally as they seem to take my recipes requests.
About 6 ship lengths in front of you, you see what appears to be a docking tube get run out from the side wall by a couple of humanoids.
So towards our ship?
Well, sort of towards this center-ish of the area, and then they start looking around for the ship.
Do I land somewhere close to that?
Well, they sort of realise your ship's a lot smaller than they used to,
Right.
and they start, turning it and yanking on the passageway until they can turn it and angle it down far enough to connect to your ship.
Can I position myself closer?
You can.
Does that require a roll, or will you let
Not
me get
really.
away
You can
with
just
the-
sort of shuffle a little bit.
Taxi.
Oh, I'll do so.
Mm.
Being very aware of the ground crew.
Well, it's not very often you see a ground crew doing things that most droids normally do, let alone electronics.
So do we get a look at? Do they look like the Genosys species or a different species?
They are definitely verplane.
Oh, Verpine. Sorry, you did mention the Verpine, and it went out of my head a second later.
But verpine and Genosys look fairly similar.
Similar.
Just
they
that the
do.
verpine generally don't have wings.
That's right.
And they're both considered highly technical.
Well, dock, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an accommodation with that docking tube for two ships to?
Well, they could pull another one out for the other ship.
Unless Brubrum wants to move.
I was gonna say, not seeing Thea land in the proper space and then people approach. Do you want to come off the wall and?
Well, bugs approach.
I'm guessing they're sideways as well.
Look, bugs are people too in Star Wars.
It's a bug's life.
So yes, you do feel the slight rocking of the ship as it attaches. No big clanging sound.
Mm-hmm.
Just a yep, it's attached.
Okay.
I'll do a security check for the vehicle.
Okay, it does say that you do have a airtight seal, and that there's proper oxygen on the other side of the door.
I'll not flow through all of the checks so that should there be an occasion where she needs to do these checks on her own, she has some idea of what to do. Basically, I'll answer any questions she's got and talk her way through all the checks that I'm doing.
Okay, so does Brum Brum move his vehicle, or does he just watch?
I'll move it.
Okay, so as you land down to where the other ones are, you see another tube get pulled out towards you.
Mm-hmm.
As you also realise that apparently where you landed, someone was cutting a hole in the side of the wall and pulling a tube through, and then looking around with the where'd the ship go sort of look.
Very accommodating people.
Very Looney Tunes.
As you get a feel for chaotic doesn't mean anything to these guys.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
It's like, oh, you're here now. Okay, we move our thing over there.
Yeah, now we were there. All I'm imagining is hut, 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 hut.
So we've had a bit of contact with the Verpine people.
Yes, it said they blew up their own planet doing something.
Do we recall much about the culture? What's polite? What's not polite?
They have no sense of self. So politeness is talking to their queen and dealing with the queen's minions.
Okay.
As everything is a minion to the queen. The very rare Verpine is self-aware.
I would like to get off on the correct foot. So I'll check in with whichever authorities, and ask maybe directions to their tourist point. If they've got one.
Information station.
Yeah, information station. That's a better Okay.
Station.
No, I just could not think of the right words.
I got that reference.
What was the reference?
It was
Station.
Bill and Ted,
Mm-hmm.
the alien.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's
My
the only
memory
thing
is
he ever
really
said.
against me.
Okay, so yes, they direct you to an information point, which seems to be a bundle of younger-looking Verpine, all looking eager to chat at you.
I will purposefully engage MT70 in his new role doing protocols and things like that.
Okay, he seems to be saying that there are lots of requests for information coming from the information station.
Okay. They want information.
Yes.
What kind of information are they after?
Whatever information you're willing to provide. It's an information station.
Is this like a mutual trade thing, though?
You have no idea.
Okay.
You can try it, because I feel like this is where, again, they're going to be very literal, and so we have to be very literal back in what we are asking for.
I'm going to pass all of my questions through MT70 just to make sure that I don't offer up a limb. Especially not an essential one. By accident.
It's a shame you don't have an expendable then. Were you thinking someone was expendable?
No, I can't think of anything that I would consider expendable.
Okay, so yes, you do find out from them that this place is a fairly old hive. It has 5 queens working out of it. One of the queens is the control tower
Right.
and is currently obsessed with cooking.
Right. I'll happily offer up a download of my. I actually have a recipe book of recipes I've been collecting from around the galaxy.
She prefers people to tell her instead of give her data.
I will offer to spend some time doing that then.
Then there is one of them whose entire role is to greet everyone. Apparently they're not very good at it. Because they're not quite sure what greet means.
I don't want to be the person to attempt to enlighten them.
So far no one succeeded.
I have a feeling it would probably actually take an act of the Force rather than a miracle for that to actually happen.
They do also have one that is responsible for refitting and building of ships.
I think Broom would be very interested in that information. I will let Broom know that there's a source of information here if he's not aware already.
Another one is responsible for the breeding and maintenance of the worker bugs outside. And has apparently taken on the Purgle as the equivalent of worker bugs, as they seem to inhabit the space as well.
I'm not sure I understand that concept.
They don't distinguish between worker bugs and Purgle and task each of them accordingly.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess if the purple are consenting.
Well, they have the thing of, if they give you what you need, you do stuff for them.
Fair.
And the Purple seem to be going, well, I can do that.
Seems fair.
So that's 4. Is it? You said there was a 5th queen?
No one seems to talk about the 5th one.
Budget. gossipy nonsense.
This one sounds like it's probably control of waste.
You don't think they actually have anything called waste?
They're using the carapaces of dead insects as ships. I'm fairly sure these guys recycle literally everything.
If it doesn't become binding material, it becomes new material.
Which one would be the most appropriate one to talk to about the kind of trade that would go on here?
Probably either the one that looks after the bugs or the one that builds the ships.
I'm gonna recommend that Brum Brum seeks the intel from the one that deals with ships, because I'm not going to understand most of that, I'm pretty sure. Is that correct?
You might, considering they have a very organic view of ships.
Okay. I'll give it a try. I'm happy for Brum Brum to join me though.
I'm interested in somehow figuring out, like, we know that this is a very old hive. I'm interested in figuring out if they have a concept of time similar to ours and how long the hive has been here. If they can give information based on what we are wanting to seek out. So I'm just trying to figure out
why I was going to ask them a bit about the kind of trade and the kind of people they deal with. Because that might tell us about
I'm wondering,
upcoming
I'm wondering about the last time that they traded. I guess. Yeah.
Well, they do seem to have a lot of old cargo.
Like real old? Yeah.
Some of it seems to still have destinations on them.
I'm sure destinations that no longer exist.
Well, you do see a couple marked for Alderaan, but hey, that's still there.
For now. We don't know anything about that. Spoilers.
Yeah, and you see that the older one is actually for like weapons.
There's a parcel addressed to Mr. Death Star.
So, I might open up negotiation, conversation, discussion with the offer to recount a number of very old and varied recipes from my collection in return for an introduction to this area, and like Carter suggested, maybe trying to get a feel for how they count time. And I will state that our reason for being here is because we're aware there's a big trade meeting coming up, and considering our very mortal shorter lifespans, it seemed like an opportunity that will be once in several generations for our people.
So you find out from them that they currently use the Hut calendar system. Okay.
We're familiar enough with that to know.
You've been getting to know it a bit better. And that through multiple generations, they have been here for as long as their recorded history goes back. And they're looking at history going back many thousands of years.
Okay, so we're talking millennia?
Okay.
And I'll be careful to make sure they don't confuse that with millennials.
Well,
yeah.
We don't have any astrogation mapped areas for this area, correct?
You do not know.
I would probably suggest trying to get a copy of if they actually would do a if was able to get a copy of the navigational points in this area.
sounds good.
So if we ever wanted to, we could come back here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the
Well, you do have the aggregational data to get there.
the data that you and Brum Brum got downloaded from last session did indicate that there were like weekly, fortnightly, monthly type meetings and convergences, but this was this convergence is so the weekly and monthly ones are like two roads connecting, whereas this convergence is like 100 or 1,000 different roads connecting.
So figuring it out from the art calendar, you place this space to being roughly 5,000 to 6,000 years,
Okay.
which puts it at about 1,000 to 2,000 years before hyperspace travel was
Yep.
a thing.
Not the oldest civilization we've come across, but certainly a respectable one.
As in, this place existed before hyperspace was commonplace.
Okay. Yep.
So they say it was mastered 4,000 years ago. Which
That's-
means they were using it before then,
Yeah.
it just wasn't so great.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's impressive. Most impressive. But they are not Jedi's yet.
Which would explain to you why Purgle are part of the place.
Yep.
Because most hyperspace routes, before they actually began mapping them themselves with pilots willing to jump into the
Blind.
link,
Yeah.
we're following Purgle travel.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say Purgle can hyperspace. Is kind of like
So
one of
it
their
would.
natural...
I was gonna say it's almost like a natural migratory pattern for them
Yeah.
to come this way.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And this seems to be one of their stopping points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you believe from what you heard in history, rumors were that all of the major Purgle areas were beacons.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you would build a structure where people could gather and go
Yeah.
in different directions.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because the safest routes were wherever the Purgle went.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay. I must have missed writing it down. Was it clear that they traded with the Hutts, or was it that they just used the Hutt calendar system?
They have the Hutt calendar system.
Okay.
Well,
They
I
didn't
think
explain why they used it or how they got it.
one of the...
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's a safe assumption, or not an assumption, but a deduction. One of the deductions you can make from that is one of the reasons they might have adopted a Hutt calendar is because they regularly trade with the Hutts, and therefore it is useful for them to know how the Hutties count time, so that they can organise meets or trading trading conferences, for lack of a better word.
And there seems to be a whole part of the station that all the folks in Verpine avoid.
Okay. I want to take note of this part of the station. Either to avoid it or investigate it at a later stage. I have not made up my mind.
Seems to be the only space shielded from sensors.
Okay. I feel like this is where a smuggler would want to go. I don't know if it's smart for us to go there.
Were they pretty forthcoming that there are 5 queens, but they only talked about
Yep.
4?
And they don't normally talk about the consensus of the 5.
Gotcha. For the most part, like, these guys sound pretty forthcoming. It's not like we can really offend them with a question, but I'll ask, what's in that area, indicating the shielded area?
They would say death.
Is
That's
this
fine.
also where the fifth queen resides? I mean, would it be respectful of us to...
They just say death resides there.
Okay, cool.
The fifth queen's name is Death.
In terms of concepts and understanding, are things translating fairly easily between...
You do believe that they have translated fairly accurately.
Yep.
The downside is they may not understand everything they're saying, and they're saying it in their understanding.
Okay. That's understandable.
That's a good question. Do they understand the concept of death?
Technically, no. It's not part of their culture.
No.
Unalive.
No. Especially when you're thinking about a hive.
Because like workers answering this don't.
They understand loss of a queen and replacement of a queen,
But that's it.
but it's just or a hive is lost.
Yeah.
They don't normally think of death as loss.
Yeah.
It's part of the cycle.
We'll ask, do workers ever go into that area if asked?
No one asks.
Do workers ever go into that area?
Workers told not to go.
Okay.
Unless someone online can think of a better question to ask a pedantic person.
Do they give us any information about? Because we're asking about. We've
Trade
heard
stuff.
that there's a
We could,
a big trade meet of some sort.
if we have a timeline, we could ask when was the last time a non-Vespin was on station.
Yeah. Well, I presume that they deal with non.
That's what we have to find out. Is
Verpines.
They do say that they deal with traders all the time.
And can I give examples of what they trade?
They trade in generally chemical compounds. So what you would see as waste, they see as building blocks.
Well, I imagine it's similar to mining. You know, if you're mining for specific materials, and quite often we mine for chemicals, that's how we get them. They would be doing the same, but they would be reusing and getting those chemicals from. You get nitrogen out of waste, I believe. So
yeah, you do.
And so they seem to take most people's waste products as payment.
Hmm.
And
I'm sensing an opportunity here to empty our waste collection system.
And they will basically trade it with what they refer to as flotsam sort of stuff that just seems to naturally migrate to their area.
Okay, so this might be ships that haven't made it unless they're cargo, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it seems to kind of get almost drawn in along these hyperspace lane currents into the area, and they just send it out. It's kind of like a lost and found, but they trade with all their founds that people have lost.
Okay.
Are there any particular big trading days or events?
They do have shutdown days, and they have a big shutdown week coming up.
Okay, a whole week of shutdown.
Mm.
And what happens on these shutdown days?
They turn everything off and
Okay.
pretend they don't exist.
So they make the space available to unknown visitors.
Nope, they just shut everything down so no one can find them.
Okay.
Okay. Has anyone found you when you've been in shutdown?
They would probably say yes, but not for long.
Okay. Nice.
I'm trying to figure out why they're shutting down to protect themselves, I presume.
Yeah, it sounds like a... Not for long. Does that mean that they move on? That's my question. Yeah, I guess that's it.
They say yes. They
move into
they
the
meet,
shielded zone.
Yeah, they meet death.
They meet death. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I was going to say they get shunted into the shielded zone.
Does death come out?
Death does not need to come out. Everyone meets death.
Everyone meets death. Okay. Okay.
There's a part of you that wants to go meet death just to see if you can come out on the other side of it. And there's a part of you that's like, well, that is a very high risk to take.
Sounds like a dumb decision. Let's do
And we're Mandalorians, we make dumb decisions all the time, right?
it. Basically.
We're boldly go where no one else has gone before.
We're really good at being like, hey, that's a warning sign trap. Do not go that way. We're like, ooh, shiny. Let's go do that.
I'd like to say that the reason the Mandalorians have survived so long is they recognise when they shouldn't go into a situation.
I thought it was because when they go, ooh, shiny, their arm is shinier and they're likely to survive.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it goes, right?
Maybe. That
And
said,
not take their armour off.
I will ask them. I won't necessarily say it. I'll say it plainly, but there are space whales here. Are there space dragons? Have they ever come through?
They say they don't talk about that.
Okay, alright. They don't talk about that, that's too scary shit to talk about? Or they don't talk about that?
They just left it at that.
Okay. Do we
Whether they do or don't, you have a feeling that if they did, they wouldn't talk about it. And if they didn't, they wouldn't want people to know they know about it.
Okay. In terms of emotions and force sensitivity, are we getting anything clear from them?
Most of them are calm and pretty even, except for when you ask about the Fifth Queen, which seems to agitate about half the station every time.
I'll take the hint, and after getting that,
agitation
consistently enough to realise that this is not a happy subject.
And the agitation seems to be radiated out from where the person you're talking to is.
Yes, which is how you'd expect a hive mind to work. So, I guess if you mention it 2 to 3 times and you get that agitated response, I'd be respectful of the fact that I don't want to agitate.
But it gives you an idea of just how interconnected these people are.
Yeah, yeah, they're very interconnected.
So even though there are 5 queens, the queens seem to be connected.
I'm going to relate this to, like, the forces in everything.
And what you have picked up with the couple of times of doing it is the 4 queens you know about and have heard details of seem to be the lesser of the queens.
Yeah, well, that makes sense as well. As I said, it's like the interconnectedness in the Force being in everything and binding everything together and influencing everything. I will take this hive mind as a cultural representative of the Force.
And it is also unusual that a queen is connected to other queens.
Yeah.
Normally a queen is independent, which means there's something different going on here.
If I relate to them my concepts and understanding of the Force and my thought that their connectedness and their hive mind is very similar, do they respond positively to that?
They don't seem to understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
They don't understand this thing called Force.
Well, I won't use it in those terms. I'll use it in terms of what they would understand as their hive mind, as being my experience with my hive mind, being that the Force is my hive mind type thing. Does that make enough sense to you as a GM?
It does to me as a GM. From their perspective, you seem to feel that they act more like one collective brain,
Yeah.
with the Queens being a directive of that brain.
Okay. Yeah. Except normally in the situations we've encountered in the past, the 5 brains are the 5 commanding brains are generally separated, but these ones are connected.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's due to being related?
Okay, so it might be family?
Well, if they've been here for as long as they say they have, there's a very little chance that they haven't had to reuse genetic material.
Yeah.
So it's like the European royalty in the 11 to 1800s.
There's a good chance that these would be so different to the culture they came from, in the sense of they have a very pure strand of DNA that hasn't been modified by others in a long time.
And they appear to have created their own clan.
So
that's
their
not a bad
their
thing.
little hive mind is just working like an ADHD brain. One's obsessed with cooking shows. One is really struggling with social skills. One is just trying to deal with all the little contraptions, while the other one is trying to keep everything in line. And then the other one we do not talk about.
There you got the idea.
Yeah, easy, got it.
Each of them is basically a personality of the overall mind.
I like the one obsessed with cooking shows. That one's funny.
And yet that's the one that can talk to everyone.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
You could say this
relate
is
to-
fairly inside out.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of productive information sharing and stuff, have we gathered what we can, or are
Okay.
there any clues to the direction we should go in?
Well, you do know that they will trade you enough to make the journey worthwhile in scavenged stuff for your waste.
Yep. You definitely want that.
Which would be why very few traders actually talk about this place.
Because it's weird.
Oh no, not because it's weird, because if everyone knew about this place, they
It
wouldn't
would be
make any
less
money.
Lucrative.
Yeah.
It's very
And they probably make enough that they only need to come here a couple of times a year to make it profitable.
Makes sense.
It's kind of like that great little niche market area that you know of. It's got the perfect coffee, the perfect fresh baked bread, the perfect whatever it is that you're into, and the really rare but cheap books. But as soon as you tell everybody about it and they start making huge amount of money, they get commercialized to the point of nothing is very niche and very unique about it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do learn at one point that the barrier between the various queens and the 5th queen is not really a barrier. It's an actual gateway to hyperspace.
Oh.
Alright.
And the 5th queen is in hyperspace.
Would I be right then in thinking that they perceive leaving this little community area that they've created, that they take with them everywhere via the 5th queen, is to effectively die? If you leave the hive, if you separate from the whole, you might as well not exist.
Yes, though they do have part of their structure in hyperspace.
Yeah.
Which is
why
very
it's so
unusual.
hard to find.
That's yeah.
And
No,
why
that's
you can only get here every 1,000
Weird.
years or so for this
Weird.
big meat.
well. So the area that is shielded and all that stuff.
Well, the shielding is you've never had systems detecting hyperspace before.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's what's weird about it. So, am I thinking, is this is it like a literal gate?
It is. You go in one side and you're in hyperspace on the other.
Yeah.
It's for ships that could not actually make the transition themselves.
Gotcha. So is this where we think that their weak shutdown they have is because that gate opens?
Well, they shut that gate down.
Oh, okay. So they
literally shut everything.
They shut everything down. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So they're in charge of
This
that.
sounds like some type of
So-
Stargate.
It sounds like when they have these big shutdown days, they stop moving for once. Is that right?
You also think they hide.
Yeah.
So they're hiding from
Whatever comes from elsewhere.
Okay,
Something bigger.
I'm not sure quite.
Just because they know about these events doesn't mean they want to be part of them.
And yet they seem to be integral to the event taking place.
Because they're in the hubs where the events happen.
So is that a bit like your town is in the pathway of, say, Summernats?
Yep.
And Summernats is going to happen every Christmas. So if you can't go to the coast and get away from all the noise, you basically put in the earplugs,
Border it all.
noise cancelling headphones, and border up all your windows
So they-
wait for Summernats to pass.
They are treating the event the equivalent of a cyclone or hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a better analogy. That was the only
I was gonna-
event that my brain could think of. But
I think
I
that's.
know the local community around the Epic area, they can't escape
Yeah.
all the chaos that comes with the influx of people.
So you believe that they let the smugglers know about it, so they will collect stuff from those that return.
Right.
And in the meantime, they leave the smugglers as the offering.
Yeah.
So hoping that whatever's on the other side doesn't notice them.
Right. Yeah.
So let the reckless death seekers seek take the risk of losing their lives, but then reap the benefit of the trade that comes through as a result.
Well, they don't term it as trade. They term it as basically either theft or escape sort of thing.
So
Because they don't term the other side as traders.
yeah, because when we were doing the research, we got those seismic detonators because there's some kind of threat that was being referred to. Do we get the sense that the thing that they're hiding from is indeed this threat?
That's what you get from them.
Right.
And from their perspective, that's all that exists on the other side.
Right.
And those that make profit are those who survive it.
Right. So it's a bit like going into war. 98 out of 100 men will die, but the 2% that come through it get all the medals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have? Hold on, I'm trying to check. Do we have any kind of name or anything to call what this threat was? We didn't have a name for it, did we?
What this beacon was?
The asteroid ship driving threat.
Other. That's all they refer to it as.
Just other. Yeah.
Basically, they don't want to know anything more about the other than
yeah.
they need to.
Got it.
I have a follow-up question then. There are people though that come here and trade that will come here on purpose when they shut down and will go through. Who are they, and can we talk to them to find out more about what the other thing is?
They do know of two on station.
Okay.
I would like to trade my rarest recipes to get in contact and have a meet with one or both of these people.
Okay. So they will arrange it.
Okay.
And not long after, you have a Wookiee show up.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
The Wookiee is fairly unusual, as they seem to have very antiquated for Wookiee weaponries.
Okay. And dialect?
They do speak Shriwook,
Okay.
except their Shriwook seems to be very stilted and as if it's a learned language after they've become an adult.
Okay. Yeah. So not native. It's they lived in another section of the planet type thing, and then they finally came into one of the more populated areas and went, your language doesn't sound like my language. There's just enough common words here for me to bridge the gap. Okay, as long as I know enough common words in Wookiee or MT-70 can...
It could have been a ex-slave. It's not known that you got the Trandoshans could have taken a Wookiee child, and it didn't get liberated until later.
It does talk to you in its stilted way, and you find out that he has been around for what would be about 4,000 of your years.
That's
because he has spent much time on the other side.
Okay.
Time passes differently when the gateway's shut.
Is Kesley gonna make a go at speaking Wookiee?
no.
You do such a good job. Yeah, you guys. Better than I can do.
It says from the perspective of the other side, the gateways are always opening.
Interesting.
So it's like a hub?
No, it doesn't register time until the gateways are opening.
So that's why it's been he's been around for 4,000 of our years, but for him, time passing only happens when the gateway's open.
Mm-hmm. And when he's on this side of the gateway.
When he's on this side of the gateway, yeah.
Any more insight as to what is the other, or what is on the other side?
He does say they are similar to the Verpine.
Okay.
Just that he would consider the Verpine to be the high side of culture and friendliness.
Right. So the other side is the
Few are building blocks on the other side.
Okay. Does he have a name?
He hasn't used one in a long time. He does not remember.
Is there a preferred set of sounds for which he'd like to be referred to and knows that...
He used a Shriwook version of Hey You.
Okay. Yeah, look. Hey You works. Could we just call him Huey?
That would work.
Last name Lewis?
Ha 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 ha.
He says he's only survived on the other side because he is not as stupid as most humans.
Is he interested in some kind of trade or agreement to be our guide for the event that's coming up?
He shrugs. Your funeral.
Well, the whole point of this trading guide is that I'd like to try and come out of it alive. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be sent in whether I want to go or not.
He does say that if you're on the other side of the portal when it closes, then everything is fair game.
Understandable. I'm guessing if there's terms of trade and things like that, he's in a buyer's market or a seller's market, whatever favours him.
Well, he comes out every now and again and sees what's happening in the universe. and hasn't liked what's been happening recently, so more than happy to go back in again.
Okay, alright. I do have some traditional cultural Wookiee items from my trades with the Wookiees, so if he has any interest in those, I'd happily trade them, or whatever else.
He does find your Wookiee items to be very curious, as he has no memory of those items.
Happy to talk him through the stories I've got with them. Because I'm fairly sure I actually know the provenance, for lack of a better word, the history behind each of the items that I do have. I think
Don't you have
got
that ancient dagger?
a traditional dagger, yep. And I believe I've got a traditional, is it a bandolier belt type thing? I also have some, for lack of a better word, hair styling, combs. That's it, combs and brushes and things like that.
He does pull out some blades out of what look to be hidden wrist sheaths
Wow.
that remind you of the blade you're talking about, except done in a different style.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
They seem to be made out of bone.
That's cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what a lot of hilts and bows and things like that were made out of.
And the bone seems to be so tough, you're sure it could block a metal blade easily.
Okay. I suppose it'll block a light saber, wouldn't it?
Not guaranteed.
Well, I wouldn't risk it. Okay, so looks like Huey is prepared to be our guide.
Asking more about the other threat.
Yes. I'm happy to have other members of the clan ask questions. I'm sure Not Fleur probably has a keen interest and a bunch of questions.
Okay, does anyone...
She's interested, but she doesn't really have any questions at this point.
My question is, these other, are they coming through the other side, are they coming through this gate that opens and going back? God damn, no, hold on. My question is,
They come and harvest whenever the gates open.
what are they harvesting?
Anything organic.
Anything organic. Okay.
Everything organic.
How many come through?
As many as can fit.
Okay. How long does this last?
Until the gate starts to shut.
You know that those. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, is there like a clear time for how long the gate stays open?
Mostly it stays open for a day or two.
Okay, yeah.
But
Which
they're
is
shutting
stuff we
down
knew.
for a whole week. So they've just said a few minutes ago that there's a week-long shutdown coming up in a few days.
Yeah.
So this must be one of the longest openings that there are due to this astrological
And you
convergence.
have an understanding now of why the other deep space array stopped functioning about 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know those horrible movies where the ants invade and cover everything, and after they're gone there's no forest?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, killer ants.
So in terms of numbers, we're talking like millions.
Question potentially then. Much like the Verpin here, do these others seem to be moving in a hive mind?
Yes and no, he says.
Okay.
Independent yet connected.
Yeah. Okay.
Are there any things that naturally repulse them? Like, my Beskar armor naturally repulses, not my Beskar, my Cortosis armor naturally repulses a bunch of things. I think it's Cortosis. Star Wings, scales as what our armor's made out of?
He does say that only rare crystals seem to repulse them.
What kind of crystals? I will describe things like a traditional kyber crystal, and I will describe things like the jewel of Yavin.
Okay, so he does say, depending on the resonance of the crystal, it will repulse them.
Resonance, you say? Someone is thinking about a recent event that just happened where that crystal gave out that pulse of energy that killed everything electronic.
And he also says that if you get the resonance wrong, you attract them instead.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
How do you know how to even find the right and the wrong frequencies?
You watch what someone else does, and if they die, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
So that whole testing if this mushroom is deadly theory. Got it.
That's where you make the recipe and you feed it to everyone else and you don't eat it.
That's how we describe to the others.
Observe.
Oh, I don't like them. Dislike.
So, think bug-like creature.
I'm glad I can't see it clearly. Please don't bring it closer.
For those online, there you go.
I'm surprised Not Fluid doesn't have any questions.
So that would be 8-limbed creature.
Looks like something from Dark Sun.
Okay.
He does also say that some people who seem to have a resonance of their own seem to be able to also either repel or attract.
Can you describe these kind of people? Like,
he does not know the words for it.
okay. But in terms of his concept, they are closer to a description that befits the term people rather than insects, say, or octopus, or you know what I mean?
He does refer to them as insect.
Okay.
And he does say that energy weapons don't work as well on them.
Okay. So energy weapons would be like blasters and things?
That is correct.
So we want to look at melee weapons?
We were looking at... That's where we came up with the idea of having the seismic missiles.
Detonators.
Yeah.
Do we have any smaller versions of that?
It would be anything that has a... more like a slug thrower or...
we have a lot of those.
Rock guns.
Ish, or a little bit more about like Thunderwave is the only thing I can think of, but
so we're talking more double tap with a sawn off than we're talking sword.
Yeah.
Thermal detonators.
Thermal detonators, yeah.
Yeah, I would preferably have weapons that won't kill me as well as what I'm fighting.
Apparently that's what kills these things, though.
Look, if slug throwers will do it, I know that there are sufficient number of slug throwers on our ship for each clan member to have at least one. It's kind of like one of our standard backup tools for if all the fancy weaponry not working. Anti-force user kit.
Okay.
Alright. Any other things that anyone can think of that would be useful for our prep?
Can of Mortine.
How do people get in and out of this gateway entrance? Do they fly the ships? Do they get out and walk? Do they go for a space
He
jaunt?
says his ship resembles a rock floating through space.
Uh-huh. How many people does his ship fit?
Well, depends on how much cargo he has.
Okay. Does it fit 6, 7 people? And do we need to fit any more than 7 people?
Well, currently it could fit maybe 200 or 300 people.
Okay. So there's plenty of room for us to hire his rock-like ship to gain us access. How many times have I told you not to get up on this table because of exactly that?
Yes, if he doesn't take it off when he's pulled off, he'll push it off himself.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. He's bent the table.
Hefty cat after all.
Okay. I'm just catching up on writing notes.
And the reason his thing is so big is when they board, he can hide elsewhere.
Right, okay.
Got it.
So they will board.
They investigate everything.
So
How do you hide, because you're an organic being, how do you hide your organicness
Yeah.
from them?
Many
Just by hiding.
passageways.
Just hiding as best you can?
Staying ahead of them.
Usually helpful. Yeah.
This is where boot camp pays off.
Killing those who catch up.
Alright. And
Have you killed many before?
He's killed a few.
Okay.
He doesn't
He-
like killing them because that draws more.
the weapons he's got, you said they're quite different from traditional Wookiee weapons. But I presume he's kept them because they're fairly effective against this other?
He says yes, they're effective, but then practice.
Yeah, no. Since we've got a few days of preparation, maybe he might be willing to show us a few killing techniques that...
Well, he talks about upward thrusts because you need to get between the armour and the body.
Yep.
Okay, so we're talking falling skies, nice in and close, up into the throat, all the goo all over you if you actually succeed.
Or the eyes,
Okay.
because if they can't see you.
Yeah, fair.
And he also says they don't understand the concept of surrender or retreat.
This sounds entirely in line with their culture.
And even if all they have is enough strength to kill you, they will use it.
Yeah. Sounds like a fairly formidable opponent.
Says they could even have just a arm attached to their head, and they will still use the arm to kill you.
Yep. This sounds like a lot of fun in terms of a Mandalorian challenge. Zay's actually kind of looking forward to this. Oh, come on, we're Mandalorians.
That's
we
why I'm
we
laughing.
would chase mythosaurs and hunt them down because it was the challenge that excited us.
Why have I got this feeling the only reason why you want to do that is so you can get their bodies, carve them out, and use them as armoured trophies?
I feel like that's part of...
I feel like
Build a droid inside.
So...
we would only be respecting the resourcefulness of the people that we're currently visiting if we did that.
Based off of what we're able to get from everything that's going on here and what we know of the Hutts, because they know they want us to participate in this because it's lucrative. Are the Hutts wanting us to get all of the leftover stuff from this battle, or are we getting stuff from the other?
Well, he says the byproducts of their technology is worth more than anything produced here.
I have a suspicion that the Hutts would like us to try and bring some life.
As the blades he has were made by the others.
Gotcha. Hello. Hi, Charles.
He has yet to find something that can break it.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely our goal is their stuff.
Did you want to see if they happen to be saber-proof?
No, not in front of a bunch of strangers in a strange world. Not unless I have to. I gather you're inferring that I should pull out my lightsaber and try it against the blade. I'm a live force user today because I don't pull that thing out unless I have to. Or I should say those things out. I think I've got 4.
But I would say with Khaled's rudimentary training with his with Vulcan, you would suspect that the blades would share properties of the cortosis of both Beskar and your shell armor.
Yeah.
Cool. I want a sword from it. Yep, yeah, that's got me sold.
Unfortunately, your culture would rule the sword wrong.
Sorry?
Anything that can pierce your armor is wrong.
Is wrong.
Yes, by your culture.
Oh.
They do not make weapons out of Beskar.
Come on, you know you're not supposed to be on the table when there's things on it.
It is one of their oldest rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
I didn't. I was pretty good at remembering those ones.
Okay. I can't think of anything more to ask.
So if you were Death Watch, then I'm sure that they wouldn't care too much about that rule.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I have to say I'm probably not the best, most functioning brain in the room though, so it would be really nice if anyone else can, aside from. It would be good.
Wonder if you can make a net out of it.
A net?
Yeah.
Depends on what you want to catch.
You know? I was thinking of more with the gladiatorial. You know how you had the net, you could entangle somebody, and they can't sort of try to cut it through. Well, they'll find out the first time when they try to cut it with the lightsaber. It's a one-trick pony. You can only use it once.
He says that they have something far better that has the same effect.
So I will describe a lightsaber to them and ask them if they feel a weapon like that would have any effect against these kind of beings.
He says less so. They don't tend to penetrate the armor.
Yeah, no, I
And
have that.
depending on which of the others you face, it may not work again.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that this is one of the few times you don't pull it out as the problem, the all-round problem solver it might appear to be. I'm definitely getting my customised sawn-off slug thrower.
Well, he does add that he was never able to get his working again.
Okay, so did I get any sense from him that he was force sensitive?
You did not.
Okay. Do I get any sense now that he speaks of his non-working blade?
You still get no sense of him. You don't even register him as being there.
Okay. Don't even on a force.
On a force level.
That sounds extremely unusual, is it?
There are traditions that can hide themselves through the force.
I am more interested in that than I've been in anything this entire night. He can hide himself from everyone else using some sort of traditional method.
He says it was taught where he learned.
Okay. This is a player question and totally player content. Were I able to, at a point, help either any of the kyber crystals that I got that were red switch back to neutral, would this be the kind of thing that I could offer someone who has no longer got a working lightsaber to make use of in creating a new one?
Possibly, but most of those prefer to find their own.
Because
It's normally Padawans and learners who get given a crystal, not someone who is experienced.
It would be more offered in the sense of these crystals have no home and have no one to connect with, and I might actually be the way the Force is helping them find a new home.
So he may accept that sort of trade.
Mm.
You think the reason he doesn't really understand Wookiee that well is he never grew up with Wookiees.
Well, no, I'd be more interested in his history and how he did it. And as I said, it's a player concept at the moment, of the sense of I have been trying to figure out, I guess for lack of a better word, how to rehabilitate these kyber crystals, and if they do get rehabilitated, for lack of a better word, what becomes of them. And I think in terms of a kyber crystal, it would probably want to be matched up with a Force user that it could connect with, and it could still connect with the Force through them, rather than sitting in my shielded compartment having interaction only when I've got time for it. And so I kind of...
Kyber Crystal Rescue.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, from
I think in the end I've got something like 6 or 7 kyber crystals,
You do.
and I've got 4 actual lightsabers plus
Yeah.
the 2 that you've got.
From
Yeah.
that perspective, you think that it would probably suit, depending on the person, considered a way of earning the crystal by them cleansing it,
Yeah, well,
instead of it being cleansed for them.
and that's my thoughts, is that I have spent a lot of time communing with them, and it's less of, I don't think that I've cleansed them, but I might have enough sense that if one of them wanted to be rehoned, rescued, that I would might be able to reflect on that and then maybe offer it the chance to connect with a different Force user other than being stuck in my ship.
Mm.
Okay, so we are 20 past 10, so
Yep,
I
yep.
will say
Good
that
time to finish up.
you find out that the other Omni station was actually a rock-like individual composed of more robotic in nature than organic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
more what in nature?
More robotic than
Okay.
organic, yet there are no wires or anything in the body that moves.
Interesting. No, that's not for you to chew on. I get that you're teething.
Okay. So would that be someone to talk to next session?
Someone
Yeah.
to talk to next session,
Yeah.
and you get a feel of them very similar to a kyber crystal.
Okay,
Weird.
so so like we sensed that the Jewel of Yavin is sentient. This might be a sentient rock.
Which would be
life
why
form.
whatever on the other form doesn't,
yeah.
do anything with it, because it might not even know how.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the answer to your question about how do we protect ourselves from the other, we make ourselves a rock-like carapace.
Be a
that
rock.
we wrap around ourselves.
So is this where we can become punk rock? I mean, Brum Brum already has the mohawk.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I did show that there were 2 books relating.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can't distinguish anything from
The
those
pictures,
books.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the big thingy thing, and then there's that. That's cool.
Okay.
Because they are rather freaky things,
They
which
are.
you don't want to look at too closely.
No,
Just by holding them
I'm
up all
kind
the way
of
over
glad for the fact that
Can't see too
I'm
far.
wearing my the wrong set of glasses.
Okay, so we'll talk to Rock Person next session.
Does anyone have any questions they want to kind of register on video that they want to, or anything they want to follow up next session?
Or curiosities of any
Yeah.
kind.
I didn't even imagine looking until you were saying, was there someone else who we could talk to?
Somebody that isn't a bug. So a Wookiee and a rock. Love that. Very cool. Alright. Well, we'll...
We just need to find where the hard place is.
Maybe they just call
no.
themselves Rocky and Bullwinkle.
No.
Alright. Cool. We'll end it there then.
Let's
Okay,
disrupt your
so
line of
I shall do end
sight.
credits then.
There we go. Come on.